absolutely dare you.
Bugger, I was just 5 seconds off unmuting for you to catch that.
I mean, I can still say "how dare you" when we're on stream.
You can.
Because
That
how
is fair.
dare you?
I know, I just wanted to catch the reaction.
Criminal.
You only should have written it in when like, the stream started. Because only then did I catch on what you were doing.
Yeah. I was thinking of doing it that way, and evidently I didn't.
Nope.
But yeah, hi.
Hi.
Hello.
No, little confused cat.
Yes.
They confused and might also be a hot dog.
It might be.
Stop.
You have no proof that they are.
You also have no proof that they're not.
Yeah. Bear is making tea.
Making tea? How dare you? Sorry, how dare you?
Oh.
Doesn't sound like something.
Yeah, welcome to...
Doesn't sound like something Bear would do.
Never.
No.
Not
Bear
under...
making tea?
Sorry.
Impossible.
You're not allowed to say welcome to the stream. We're going to interrupt you every single time.
That's fine.
Every time you try, we're going to interrupt you. Ah!
Try something new.
Try something new in this economy?
There's Christy. Hello.
It has to create a new account, apparently.
Oh yes, you haven't been here
haven't
since.
done it in Magma yet.
Yeah, you gotta make a free Magma account. You don't need a plan or a trial or anything like that. Don't let them trick you.
All you need is an email address for confirmation email.
Da, 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 da. Are there 5 artists and just you viewing? Are you viewing? Are you in? Are you a cow? That's a weird thing to say when people can't see the cow icon. Or are you viewing on stream?
I assume viewing on stream.
Okay, right.
Well,
Yeah,
that
we're
actually
just
is a good
streaming
question.
just
If
for you there.
Magma doesn't really have, like with Magma, you need to really have accounts. How do we have an anonymous cow in here?
Anonymous.
Add quotes. How do we have an anonymous cow in here?
I mean, yes, but also it is a legitimate question.
We're being observed. Oh, it's a fish now. Oh, there's Christy.
I'm here.
We're being observed. Oh, it's a fish now. Oh, it's Christy.
Oh, I see. It was Christy clicked on the link and it like reserved a place for Christy, but then it was like, hey, Christy, you need an account. So it wasn't a person because Christy didn't have an account. So it was
It wasn't a person.
Christy, until just now, Christy wasn't a person. But now that they've signed up to Magma, they are officially a person. That's how it works. No. Christy's a good person.
Well, I mean, right now they're a fish.
That's not the point.
And that's their legal right as a person.
As a fish.
There's no such thing.
First person. Fish. Shit.
Fish person. Mermaid.
Is it fish? Shit. Mermaid.
I mean, fish is already a fake category. You might as well add people to it.
There's no such thing as a fish. That's I learned
Yeah.
that from the hit podcast. No such thing as a fish.
I was watching a
Well,
compilation of Phil Jupitus and QI the other night.
It's there.
And it brought me immense joy. I hate this show. I was like, oh no.
It's there. It's the sun.
No. Mirage.
Mirage.
I mute it. Mirage.
Very
I
silly.
don't have a man voice, so I can't go so low.
Mirage. I can't go that low on either, to be fair.
yeah, there's ways of sort of faking that out. Although I do not remember what it took. So, like, falsetto is sort of whenever you've got a lower voice and you sort of fake it up to a higher pitch. There's another one for the other way around, but I don't remember what it's called.
Good news, my tablet's
Pass.
broken.
What?
Oh no!
That's not good
Won't
news.
connect.
That's bad news.
I think it might have to do with the wire being chewed through and left in the rain.
Oh,
But it worked
That-
last week.
I mean, yes, that might have something to do with the computer not working if there is a wire that has been chewed through and left in the rain. Those are usually two
I mean-
states that electronics do not like.
I mean, it dried out and worked, but apparently it changed its mind.
Yeah, that's how tech be sometimes.
Ooh.
Tech is half tech and half the will of the gods. So, you know.
Yeah, reliability? What?
Pissed off the wrong god today. Whoops. Now your tech doesn't work.
Good thing I have my iPad.
Hello, yeah.
Well, you still want it to work.
Yeah, I just need a new cable. I hope.
And you know what the fun thing is, Cheeb? I can't even argue against your analysis of that because I know way too many network rooms, network and server rooms that have mini shrines in the corner.
The most superstitious lot.
Yeah.
Folk.
The more you learn about computers, the more you learn that it's like, this is wizard nonsense.
With it, bureaucracy?
Wizard.
Sometimes.
Although honestly, you could probably say that with a lot of different fields of study. Like the more I've learned about how yeast works makes me just look at all baking and go, this is just wizard nonsense.
Oh yeah, yeast is a fae. Hi, oops.
Did you know? Have you heard of our Lord and Savior, Yeast?
The yeast gods. We've been over this.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus.
And on the third day, he rose.
Oh no.
Hold on.
Sorry.
Criminals.
Sorry, Christian friends. There will be puns.
Hold on.
something hot cross bun.
No.
No, just no.
Bye, oops.
Thanks for being here, Oobs. It was great to have you.
Are you? Isn't leaving something to do with bread as well?
That's leaven.
Leavening.
Leavening. Are you leavening?
And he rose to 11.
Have you? Stop, everyone. Criminals, a lot of you. Can't believe you'd stoop so low.
Don't worry, I'm sure they'll rise to the occasion later.
Ah.
Oh.
I'm trying to work something in with Christianity. It doesn't quite work.
Didn't Jesus duplicate bread or whatever? Yes, and a bunch of fish too.
Yeasty fish.
Or at least that's
Mm,
the general interpretation of that story.
Oh, there are other interpretations.
Hope you're all hungry. I made yeasty fish.
No. I'm not hungry anymore.
What's wrong with you, Chibi?
Well-
You didn't touch your yeasty fish.
For good reason.
So-
Like a puff of
One
fish.
one potential other interpretation I have found. So basically, if you like read that passage, it just sort of says that he blessed the food, passed it out, and everyone was fed. But it doesn't necessarily say that like everyone was fed from that particular basket. So I have seen at least one interpretation where it's like less miraculous. Oh, the food was just kept. There just kept being more and more food in the basket, and basically, some people had brought their own food and then just sort of passed it around amongst themselves as a, yeah, I'm
Oh.
feeling generous to my fellow
Yeah.
man. Hey, do you want like half of my sandwich or something like that?
Ah, that's nice.
Which, honestly, I sort of like that interpretation better.
Yeah. Encouraging
Yeah.
fellow man to be nice to one another.
Because, to be perfectly honest, I've got no use for mystical, magical Sky Daddy who just sort of fucks off. Because I live down here,
What the lessons for the people?
and I would much rather be telling stories to encourage the people who live down here to not be a bunch of raging assholes than to tell stories where it's like, oh yeah, don't worry, once you get to the great beyond, everything is fine and dandy. It's like, cool. So about that in-between bit while we're living down here. You're just gonna like wait? Just like sit in the lobby, as it were? Wait for someone to pick you up?
He went to get milk and cigarettes. He's coming back.
Went to get bread. Didn't get
Said
it.
he'd be 5 minutes.
His son had to work it all out.
Stop. Criminals. Criminals.
Crumbinnles!
Some leftover Jesus buns from the family gathering today.
Yummy. Did you pick up your eggs? Easter eggs, not like weird just going and finding
Oh,
eggs.
I was really wondering what.
No,
Okay. I thought you
oops.
said X, so I was like,
I did say
What?
eggs.
X.
no, but like EX, as in.
Oh,
It was like,
did you go to Elon Muskrat and pick up your ex? Oh god, that was a very big clover all of a sudden. It
Big
zoomed out.
Clover. Why? What? What is what? What is?
She drew
Oh.
Clover.
He's fine.
That
I
was-
just zoomed out. It was like, oh,
There was a visual glitch.
And it
The
was
left side
large.
of the canvas had
Yeah,
disappeared.
It's been happening to me too. That
yeah.
exact
Every time I
visual
zoom
glitch.
in, I have to zoom out. Yeah, I have to zoom out slowly, and it comes back.
Look, cat cute.
Yeah, Mr. Really cute little guy.
This,
So
this is
adorable.
part of your D&D. I was awake, so I remember this guy happening in your
Mhm.
D&D.
Yep.
game.
Yeah, absolutely.
I remember him
100%.
appearing.
Mm-hmm.
To be
He
honest,
rides on top of Lewis's character's head.
Is the
Just sits
character
there.
or is it just a little stuffed toy?
Yes.
Who knows?
No, I don't want shinies.
Oh, huh. I also got a piece of the canvas just sort of disappear.
yeah, it's a bit glitchy.
Yeah,
It's fine.
it will come
know.
back.
You'll
Yeah.
do better than me, Oops. I keep falling asleep. Not because they're boring, but because it's like the perfect nighttime podcast. And I, like, doesn't matter if I'm
You
sitting
know,
up, lying down, doing something,
all
I
things
will fall
considered,
asleep, apparently.
that might be part of the reason why long-form tabletop campaigns are so popular.
Sleep aid.
Night times.
Oh, poor Opie. He got absolutely wrecked.
Whoops, sorry.
I imagine Opie spent a good portion of part of that second fight just flailing around with the whip, keeping those two particular monsters back
Yeah.
from
What
the
happened to
orb, and then
Opie?
just suddenly things came in from the other side and
Ah,
took it anyway. And it's
chickens.
like, well,
Well, the Dark attempted
I thought
to.
you were dealing with the chickens.
Well, the problem.
Yeah,
So
badly.
there's a slight issue. The slight issue being, well, there's a couple of issues. Firstly, Opie's supposed to be evasive and got hit by everything. Secondly, Opie's not built to be combat oriented. Like he's all about like persuasion and pickpocketing and stuff like that. So in combat, never the most useful character. And in a game, where I'm gonna cough off stream. I have coughed. It also brought up something on my thing. Yeah, sorry. In a game where you can choose who goes next, the character who is the least useful will just not get a turn. So in order to try and rectify that, Dark went, right, let's give a reason for Opie to do something, and threw enemies at him. And so
You
he
could
almost
have
died.
teleported away at any moment, or like to
Yeah.
a different part of the fight.
Well, I
or-
couldn't. It's kind of. But then I would have used up a turn for the group. And then what? Like I've just made the game harder for everyone. Like OP's literal best case scenario for being a character in this game is to not be in a fight. That is
You're
the best
too
way OP can
careful.
help in fights, is by not being there. that is the best case scenario. That is the issue with the sort of turn order system in I was about to say Dragon Hearts, not Dragon, Daggerheart, that's the one.
Dragonheart.
I think some of it is also
What is it
because
this
since
time?
things are a little open to what we do, like movement wise, I think we also, guys, I think we all need to sort of get used to the idea of coming up with other things to potentially do. So like with Christy and her plank wizard, it's like, well, I'm out of hope, so I can't do any spells. And it's like, yeah, but you could potentially do an action roll on other types of actions, because action in this game isn't like a physical body move thing. It's just a thing you would like to do, and that includes having thinky thoughts.
Not the thinky thoughts.
So potential
Sounds
action.
dangerous.
Let's pull from our memory databanks, as it were. See if you can pull any knowledge forward.
I mean, Christy has that option. Opie's lived in a hotel his entire life. Again, it's like Opie has use. It's just he has use outside of battle. And so in battle, he's just like, if he takes a turn, it just takes up a turn. So if you have the option, someone else do it. You know, like the only time I thought Opie could do something here was when the people were trying to steal the ball. They were running away with the wizard, and I thought, oh, what I could do here is I could teleport between them and the ball, because in the shadow of the ball, and like whip them all away, because my whip can knock people back. I thought that's a good idea. There were two issues. One, at that point, I had 2 points of health and no armor, so teleporting in the middle of 5 enemies is probably not a great idea. And two, just as I was thinking that, Lewis's character came in and did the same thing but better, because he killed them all. So it's like, well, that was the one idea I had, and someone else did it better, thereby proving my point that OP should just not do anything. Just clap from the sidelines. It's a long-term. It's a long-term thing. This is my 4th character in an RPG that has just not been useful in most situations. I just keep making characters first and then working out what to do with them second. That's my issue. I don't start with an archetype. I start with a character.
Are you meant to do it another way?
Well, you just
No.
you're going to end up making someone sort of less useful than if you started with a sort of something that was built for the mechanics. You know what I mean? If you start with the mechanics, then you're going to be more useful in the mechanics.
I think the problem here specifically is also Dark is like, right, let's immediately test some combat things. It's like, okay, cool.
There is, I mean, it's just...
Immediately.
It's just one of those things where it's like I say, this is not the first character I've made that has had this problem, but it's just more obvious with Daggerheart. Never remember the bloody name. It's more obvious with Daggerheart because you can choose whose turn it is. And if you have the option, don't choose OP. You know? It's just a little more obvious in that instance. You know, if we had that option in our Hell RPG, you know, the only time Cuthbert would do anything is when someone needs healing. And even that's a compromise, because he's not a healer, he's supposed to be a bard. I'm just really... I'm bad with characters.
I don't. I also think you're being like a little bit too careful.
I'm being careful with my character that almost died from doing nothing.
No, it's that's not what I mean. I'm not saying like go kill off your character. And it is something that I also have to get used to every time I do a new character. Of just like, well, I need to like, especially for Clover, I need to just start like throwing him out there and see what happens, you know? Rather than like, yeah, but what's the most useful to do? Because you never know what might happen. Does that make sense?
Yeah, sort of. I get the idea, but again, I feel like it just sort of rubs up against... I was really excited for the sort of Daggerheart, like, flexibility of, like, you know, you don't have specified turns. You can sort of choose, and, you know, it's dynamic based on the situation. And I was sort of really interested in that. But then, you know, as I was just sort of like, well, if you view this as a game, then, you know, it's just best for a character like Opie, someone who is designed for more personal interaction stuff and story stuff, to just kind of stay out of it. It's all about how you
Yeah.
approach it. Are you approaching this as an experience or as a game? And my brain still does not have that balance right for any. I'm in 4 RPG, or I've been in 4 RPGs, and I still can't quite get my head around it all.
Yeah, it's it feels weird to say it, but you shouldn't approach it as a game because the objective isn't to win. Because the winning is the storytelling.
Yeah, but honestly, this is the biggest issue that I've come across. Is the storytelling is the thing that I am here for.
Yeah.
It's the thing that keeps me going. It's, chatting with friends and coming up with characters and stories and having a good time and improvising. But ultimately, at the core, there are these mechanics, which are doing almost everything they can to get in the way of that. There is no RPG I've been a part of where the core mechanics of the game feel like they're helping the narrative. It's only when we stop thinking about that the whole thing actually really kind of flows and works well. So I'm just sort of constantly sort of struggling in my brain of like, I want to be having this sort of fun improvisational thing with friends, but there's also this sort of core puzzle that's sort of going on underneath it. And if I just ignore it, then everything's going to fall apart. I don't know. I have a weird relationship with RPGs, and I don't quite know how they work.
No, I do get you, because I've also there's times where I feel in I don't like RPGs for the combat. I know there's people who really enjoy that aspect of it, but that's not the reason why I play RPGs. So when combat drags on too long, I'm usually just immediately like, yeah, whatever. But so yeah, I do get why I feel that way. It is it's difficult. RPGs are difficult, but
It's just I don't know. Again, I've never really sort of it's the G bit. It's like it's sort of one thing I did think, and I don't know if this is everyone else's experience with these sorts of things, but like in improv, I don't know much about improv, but the one thing I do know is that there's a general rule of yes and.
yeah.
If someone suggests a thing, run along with it and add to it,
Yeah.
But it's so in a sentence, you can't yes and if a dice says no. You know what I mean? The mechanics of the game are sort of almost entirely subtractive. Your imagination is doing the adding, the game is doing the subtracting, and it's sort of finding that balance. And
Yeah.
as a consequence, the mechanics just feel like they're sort of constantly sort of halting you in your tracks if you want to try and do a thing, and it's like, no, you didn't roll good. And the only time it can yes and is like on a critical, so a yes and is like the exception, like that. Oh, you got really lucky. You're doing the basic rule of improv now. Again, I'm probably being a bit mean, but
I do get where you're coming from. Yeah, it can really feel that way, but I think that's it's a little bit like it's how do I explain this? Like
sorry, what are you thinking of that? I just want to add a clause here. Also, my connection keeps cutting out, so I apologize if I talk over anyone. I just want to point out that this should bear no ill will to the GMs of the games that I'm playing in, because they're great. They're the best bit of the mechanics.
no, it's it's very much like I totally get what you're doing, because sometimes it does really feel like the dice are holding you back, and sometimes I get frustrated by it, but I think um it's I think maybe it can get a little bit easier if you think of it as like uh the improvisation improv game of like change, whereas like two people doing something, and when someone else yells change, they have to like change up what they last said. That's basically what the dice are doing. If that makes it easier to think about it that way.
Kind of, but at the same time, it's like
I'm just trying to make it like
yeah, no. Yeah. That does make sense, but like, if I'm here for a longer narrative, that doesn't feel like a good tool. Like, it's like Strawberman in chat sort of talking about, you like look at the dice as a narrative tool. It's like a challenge to your creativity. And I'm again, in theory, that works, but in practice, I just end up feeling like, the dice don't know what the dice rolled last time, and they don't know what you just said. So it's just like every single step of the way is like sort of, am I going to stand on a bit of gravel this time? Like,
yeah, it does get frustrating sometimes, especially when you're like narratively doing something good and feeling good about it, and then the dice just say no, or the other way around, and you're just like, there's like a disconnect between what you're doing and what the dice are saying you're doing. But yeah, it's I get it.
like I say, it's all a subjective thing. I can speak.
Oh yeah.
Mrs. having bad Discord time. Discord's having it.
Well, at least they gotta call Clover a little baby. As is most important.
Come on.
Yeah, it's just yeah. There's a lot of systems in these games, and I'm like, oh, this is a really cool idea. It's really neat. And then when I try and do it, it just like, it also doesn't help that like, there's a certain element of sort of fluency. I think the dice had spice.
Oh yeah.
There's a certain element of fluency. Like if you're used to these things and you can internalize all of these processes, then you can sort of swim with it, and you can sort of jazz pianist improvise. And I'm sitting here with sheet music going, okay, if it's a hollow circle, it's a semi-breve, and it's on the line above the middle line, which is a C, but the treble clef has 3 sharps next to it, which means it's a C sharp, and like by that point somebody else has already improvised an entire song. So
Yeah.
there's an element of that as well.
Yeah. I will say, you'll get better at it. It's a skill, and just like D&D is a skill, and just like every skill, you have to learn it. And you'll go through an awful process of I'm not as good as I wish I was. And yeah, you will get better at it, and you'll get less shy, which is usually also a big factor of these things.
I guess it also doesn't help that almost every instance I can think of in which I have actually actively tried to do something out of my comfort zone, it has failed.
Yeah. Gotta build up some good experiences.
And again, this is not a fault of like other players or GMs or anything like that. It's just circumstance. But I don't know. It's just there's also a part of me that's just like, I don't know. Is this a skill I want to get good at? I don't know. My relationship with RPGs is weird. This is not the conversation I thought we were going to have today.
I mean, it is also your first like your first D&D character, like, or long-term D&D character, which I know you've played Carlo as well, which was more in your wheelhouse, but I count Cuthbert as your first, which is a character that is absolutely nothing like you, which is hard. It is, you know, that also probably hasn't like helped, you know, not to dunk on
Well, the
Cuthbert
reason
too hard, but
the reason he was so unlike me is because I wanted to make a character who was so unlike Carlo. You
yeah,
know, the issue with Carlo was that he was too passive. So I'm like, okay, so let's come up with a character who would actually get involved in stuff. And then I made a character who tried to get involved in stuff, and it just never worked.
mm-hmm.
And then I made Wilf, who you continuously kick up the backside so he does get involved in stuff, and I'm appreciative of that.
Yeah, that, and that's my job as GM,
Neat.
to kick you.
And you make me cry, and I'm not forgiving you. Yeah, I don't know. It might also just be one of those things of I just need to find the rule set that clicks with me, you know?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like, it very, very much depends on the rule set and the game even. Like, things can click, more or less, like, also, like, depending on the games, the rules, the genre, everything. Like, I'm still very hesitant whether I'm gonna accept the Fallout game, whether I'm gonna participate in that, because, even though it's practically the same system as Dishonored, it's just, for some reason, my brain just doesn't want to. It's just like, no, this is different, and therefore I'm not, you know, it's just error signs. Also, because I'm not that into the genre, so Fallout isn't my thing, so that's why I'm hesitant on accepting that one, and that's fine. That's something will come along and it will click with you. Just the and there's enough like RPGs that have like less dice, you know, that use less dice or that use different systems altogether. I believe one of the books I have works with cards rather than dice. I don't really remember how it works exactly, but it doesn't use dice at all. So there's a lot of different systems out there.
I was thinking this. There was when I was thinking about the idea of like the experiences of the games that I've played, narrow though they may be, seems to be like a rather subtractive. Like the player is the additive component, the mechanics are the subtractive component. I did wonder whether it was possible to make a game where the system is the additive component, where it's just that's the thing that's sort of giving you the tools to work with and suggesting the ideas, and then from that point on you just go with it. And then I remember that like 5 years ago I tried to make something like that, and I think on stream I said this is the thing I'm going to work on next year, and then never did. So, but that involved a pack of cards as well. So yeah, there's lots of different, you know, cool systems out there. I've tried.
Yeah, you just
D&D 2 sessions of Daggerheart and the Dishonored one, which is not a wide spread. So
no.
also I don't know what to draw. This is why I'm just zoomed down.
Oh yeah, I haven't drawn anything. But yeah, you'll find a system that fits with you, and then we'll play it loads.
Of the ones that we played so far, I think the Dishonored one is more up my street because it's a lot
Yeah.
more narrative focused. The only issue being that I spent so long writing notes down. Just like I want to get this whole story down. Oh no, I've run out of paper.
Yeah, I for me, the Dishonored system it's also the way I specifically played, which is like not crunchy at all because I cannot be bothered. Like there's a lot more things I could add. And I could make it more crunchy, but I don't want to. And that's my right.
Yeah.
So I'm keeping it like very narrative and very like loose and not really like a lot of like theater of the mind stuff rather than like maps and all that.
Yeah.
Because that's both because my brain doesn't want to put anything on paper in case things are changing, which they are in my brain all the time. So
Well, if it makes you feel better, it feels consistent when we're playing it. So
and that's good because like I'm making half of it up on the spot every single time. I'm just like, oh.
I mean, improv is the name of the game here.
yeah.
Yeah, true, but as a GM, you know, like most GMs don't go through the process every single week, like the day before of like, oh fuck, maybe I should come up with what I'm gonna do in the next session.
Have you surveyed most GMs?
I mean,
No,
the fun thing
but
is,
I am aware.
most of the ones that I know that do have some things at least figured out beforehand always have to come up with things on the spot anyway, because someone will inevitably do something weird, like manage to roll a heavy metal ball around that they weren't supposed to be able to move.
Oh yeah, no, that's different. It's more that I'm really bad at preparing stuff in general. That's one of the biggest reasons I don't do maps, even though I like the idea of maps. Just like, I don't know. And then, you know, the people in your game end up having a job at the bank and it doesn't matter.
Look, they needed help. Felt bad for Eva. I did enjoy the Dishonored one. Dishonored one was fun. Like I say, I wish I played a more active character in that. But I like Carlo, but he's not an RPG, not an RPG protagonist. He deserves a quiet life
And
with a
Wilf
cup of tea.
is. Wilf was such an RPG protagonist.
You wait. You
Real?
wait. Who finds anyone
have
to
been
blame
waiting.
for what happened to his daughter? You wait. They impale them on a rusty chair leg. The entity of the party. The party GM.
Oh, look at that cute little clover. I love them, miss.
Clover. E. Canvas, please. Yeah, there you go. We also have a full body anemone appearing.
Yeah.
And then we will immediately put them in robes. That way no one else has to draw all of those details every single time.
Yeah, I'm not animating that.
I am putting her in robes though.
E.
Of course.
If you had the spoons to do a long-term RPG game, but you're not really a consistent person, that's fair. I'm somehow doing 3 at the moment.
Yeah.
I may need to cut that down at some point, but
Mm-hmm.
and I still have in the back of my mind the idea of taking one of the old Choose Your Own Adventure books and sort of semi-GMing that on stream. Do like the old draw through, but just go, we're not actually using the book. I've written down everything that happens in the book, it's all there, but we'll play it by ear.
Yee.
I mean, that's how a lot of people make use of sort of the pre-made adventure stuff. It's like, right, here we're using this as the base of the setting and the story, and then we'll just sort of do what we can. Or do what you want.
In the morning, you'll be excited
Also,
to play,
I don't
but in the evening,
know.
you're just like late prone. Yeah.
I
Okay.
don't know how long this Daggerheart game is going to last, because I know that this is partially for just poking at it, see what it does. I don't know how many events, as it were, Dark has sort of planned out.
I also don't know.
If our previous conversation about DMs planning things is anything to go by, Dark also might not know.
There's that.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Oh, I spoke and now it's gone to red again.
Boo.
Boo! Oh well. I second all of Cheeb's words.
All of them,
Yep.
including those not yet spake.
Not yet spake.
I don't know why I decided to get biblical there. The bread washed over me.
I've now got Let's Get Biblical to the tune of Let's Get Physical.
Biblical.
Love it.
Chib spoke so many words unspec'd.
Was that a feral clover?
I'm trying my best.
See, I'm sitting here thinking as opposed to regular clover.
Physically
As
feral.
opposed to...
Biblically feral.
As opposed to...
Also just want to give him like a little like tail now.
Tail!
Oops,
Nope.
sorry. I didn't mean to do
Miss is
that,
now
sorry.
on board.
Just a little like poof tail.
This is an excited sprite buzzing round.
It borrowed the tail from the goat.
Okay, go, get rid of it, quick.
Oh yeah, he's a draw. Lunar and
You do need to
Tauri's
draw.
You
I do need to
draw.
draw. That is the sad reality.
You only have yourself to blame.
You really do.
Yes. True. ringtone as if to rub it in, a piece of my music came on. It's like, oh, I'm gonna be doing music. Magma works well.
All I'll say is, I know, you might be in Dragonheart for a while because Dark did say the words of commission enemies
Oh yeah.
for the game, so
Yeah.
Well, in that case, we'll we'll see if I do the Fallout RPG as well.
Yeah, I don't know. Because, like, I know the mechanics-wise, they have stuff built in up to level 10. But I also don't know how far into that Dark is wanting to go, and I also don't know... like I said, I didn't really read the GM's guide, so I don't know how levels are sort of interpreted in this game as far as how much constitutes you do a level up. On a related note, I still don't know what experience to add.
Yeah, that's a tricky one.
I still haven't looked at any of the level up stuff. That's for future me.
that's for 10 minutes before the next session.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
about the
get
whole
it.
preparing thing.
Listen, I'm not good at preparing. It carries on in all matters of my life. All facets.
Turtles. Ooh, Opie's gone angry.
No, I just thought I'd do the whole hope, fear, dice thing, but for eyes.
Oh. Very cool.
Look, I had an idea, so I'm going with it. It was only after I coloured it that I remembered that the fear dice are black.
I mean, technically they can be whatever color, you just need to use 2 different colors so you can distinguish between them.
Well, there you go, red and yellow.
I think Dark just used black and then the personal color of that seating arrangement just so it stands out. And also for consistency, because I believe he's using black for the fear tokens that he gets. So might as well keep those the same color. Arbitrary, but it's nice to be consistent.
What are you giggling at? Chief?
There are giggles.
What are you doing, Chibi?
I know. I was just drawing lower than this face up. It made me giggle. I don't know what to tell you.
Someone made Clover angry.
Really.
No, keep the face. Good
That,
face.
or after Goat played a game with Clover, Clover is now playing a game with Goat, where Goat gets to pick the game for some value of picked in game.
Wanted to make him really angry. But I don't know how to. I don't know how to make Clover angry.
Someone stole their pronouns.
Yeah. So yeah, someone else stole their pronouns. So yeah, that's how you make them angry. someone burns their pocket fluff.
That's how you make Miss Engie.
Not the pocket fluff.
Is that an Eevee?
Yeah, her chin's not right though. She's very, very tubby faced today. She's usually quite narrow in the face. Well, I can't seem to draw today. Well, I can't
Oh,
draw Eevee today.
That's alright. In the picture I did of Luna and Eevee, like Eevee looks malnourished. the lighting doesn't help. But just want to make her a sandwich.
She would appreciate a sandwich.
I make her a sandwich now.
Appreciate
What does she want?
a coffee more, but you know, she'll take
Coffee
a
sandwich done.
Best barista ever.
I mean, you can use coffee as a liquid in making other things. Or just to have coffee beans.
Crunchy
thing.
coffee bean sandwich. Yum yum.
Now I'm wondering if you could use coffee beans to make like a nut butter type thing. And I don't know.
All I can hear in my head is, "Oh, thanks." Very softly. Just, "Oh, thanks."
I might be channeling my inner M. Do you like coffee and sandwiches? Here you go. 2 in 1. I helped.
I did it.
No, there's a hair up in the bun.
Called I don't want to draw hair today.
He's nice. You drew a bun. You did draw hair.
Draw a bun, you do that, and then you do some squiggles. And you
You've
got a bun.
Did that.
Make a bun by taking some bread and sticking it in the oven.
And you've made a little
Hey.
angel.
What are you giggling at? Aw. Cuties.
Anyway, yeah, so I forgot to ask Ragdoll, is this Max? Gazing at the wonder of nature.
Yeah.
Yee.
Since Kiro was not feeling great and thus not present moving Max around, I have decided to interpret Max's
Aw.
inaction during the second half of that second fight to be them just sort of flat on the
Nice.
ground, covered in their little flame shield, staring up in awe as everyone does their thing.
No. Give Max pats.
I still liked Lewis's entrance. It was very dramatic.
I've got this.
See, that's the great thing about dice sometimes. You want to do a thing and you fall flat on your ass.
Mhm.
The lights in OP's eyes are just magic.
I mean, probably technically yes, but
Yeah.
dice, pieces. I liked the idea of Anemone having like glass eyes, like doll's eyes. I thought that was neat.
Thank you.
Don't steal Opie's eyes.
Please.
Hey, Kiro! Kiro, look. Kiro, look. Look. He smacks.
Huh.
All of these gremlins.
Many a gremlin. How you doing, Kiro? You alright? Feeling better?
Even just a little.
Just a little.
Just
Just a little. As a treat. Chris.
What? Who? What?
Christy just
Chris,
out
Chris.
here drawing classical, just automaton, beautiful shaded.
I know, right? A proper, like, etching up a lithograph.
That's the thing I'm good at. The rest, not so much.
You're real good at it. You focus on the things you can do. It's like, oh, you can make amazing pictures that look like oldie lithographs, and it's like, oh yeah, but you can't play the contrabassoon. Right?
Well, I can't.
That's the way your throat isn't
I
an
mean,
immense amount of
fair.
pain. Hooray! Hooray for Kira not being quite so bad. Feeling quite so bad.
Yay.
You're not. Don't be bad. Kira is good.
Mm-hmm. Always nice when Kiro is good.
Why can't OP feel the legs?
A lot of damage happened to them.
Hmm.
They lost most of their health and all of their armor, despite whipping a
Oh.
chicken twice and not killing it.
You're unknowingly a pacifist.
Well, I spec'd into doing double damage at the level up, so hopefully we can fix that.
And hi, I gave Clover a tail for some reason.
Yes. Tail. Clover's anatomy is
I
like
guess
behind.
speaking of that,
Magma stopping win.
so I didn't use it during the fight because I was sort of waiting if there was potentially an emergency, and also everyone sort of still had enough health to get by. Level 1 for the divine-ish stuff has the healing hands, and then there on level 2 there's another healing touch thing, which I'm thinking of getting, but also mechanically it sort of makes the most sense to spread out the healing abilities. So Christy, I don't know if you had any thoughts already about what domain card you were going to take.
No, I haven't looked at it yet. I will tonight or tomorrow.
That's fair.
Or next week. 10 minutes before session.
Or the week after.
Yeah. I just yeeted the fuck to bed. Immediate.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
I keep forgetting you guys are like an hour ahead.
I saw you guys like when I actually went to bed. I saw you guys were still on. I was like, good thing I helped out before I got stuck in that.
I felt really bad because just as we Kira also left, and just as we finished doing the level up stuff and Duck turned off the game, Kira joined back in and was like, "Oh, I didn't realize you guys were leveling up. Can I do it?" It's like, oh no, felt bad.
Look, Opie, there's a chicken you can whip.
No, he's so grumpy.
All chickens are grumpy.
Yeah, that's just chickens.
Ooh. He's mean.
Ooh.
Oh, evil chicken.
That's not how you do it.
I do find it funny though that consistently the goat was either doing damage or just not being entirely unbothered, moisturized, not getting hit in the entirety of the fight.
Yeah, it's good. Of course. What else would be happening to you?
Wait, where'd chicken go?
Chimkum, don't
I
get rid
heard
of the
about it.
Chimkum.
Chicken
didn't
got
get rid of the
moved.
chicken.
Chicken is now standing
chicken's
next to
down.
Opie, staring at them.
No, sneak it up, Opie. Is that a knife?
Gonna get Opie.
I do hope that when we're not being literally speed rushed to a new area by a feral wizard, we get a chance to do some more character interaction stuff with it. Because yeah, I do agree to a certain extent with Chris. Like I'm here for the characters.
Hmm.
I was quite shocked that you guys were still fighting when I woke up.
Yeah, it took a
I was
lot
like,
longer than I
hours have
thought.
passed.
That was
I mean, to be
a long combo.
to be fair, most of the things went down in one hit. It was just a matter of hitting it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
we worked.
also like lots of things started showing up.
Yeah, we worked out that things went down in one hit 87% of the way through the fight. So
Yeah, I knew they didn't have a lot of health. I didn't know their health was like 1.
There's also a lot of time being used on figuring things out.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is that. Dark had to reset the table a couple of times.
We're all figuring it out.
Can you believe we're all just figuring it out?
Yeah. I know.
Fake it
Not
till you make
Where's
it.
me.
the hole go on a meat cleaver? Does anyone know where the hole is on a meat cleaver? Do they have holes? My
It's
brain
a-
just putting
Yes.
It's at the I think it's at the top behind the blade, or the other side of the
Yeah.
blade, so that's where you like
So,
hang
like,
it up.
top on the same side of the handle.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
I didn't know there was one.
I just googled it, and I only know that it exists because of cartoons.
If
Yeah.
I Google
It's-
it, I lose the call. So
Yeah.
That's fair.
I currently have stream open on my phone, so I can see chat.
That's fair.
Practicing drawing dagger heart enemies for you all.
Oh, when we
This,
meet this enemy.
Looks more like a
Cute.
Luigi's Haunted Mansion enemy.
It is Haunted Mansion week.
Aw. Cute.
Cute.
Those shapes.
This does good shapes.
Them round.
Does Clover bark?
Hmm?
Does Clover bark?
Probably.
I mean, when they're doing this, they probably do.
Yeah. I imagine them making all sorts of noises at all times. Just lots of weird hissing and
So, usually, it's druids that have, like, by default, have speak to animals, but rangers can pick up that sort of skill as well in, like, D&D. I'm imagining that Clover doesn't so much speak to animals as they speak the language of animals in a very literal sense.
yeah, pretty much.
It isn't like your Baldur's Gate where it's like, you speak to animals, and now we've got this cat that's speaking very proper English, but also their view of the world is very skewed.
Yeah, no, it's not that way at all. It's completely the other way around. Now Clover is hissing and screaming and doing all the animal noises.
Surely someone's done that. It was like, they go, I will cast speak to animals. And everyone's like, great, we can understand it now. And then just they have a conversation of just barking at each other. It's like, I
Yeah.
thought we would understand.
Well, I speak with animals.
Yeah, I cast.
I cast speak with animals. Why would you understand this? That makes no sense.
Is this a
Dang.
chicken?
Yes, it was a chicken cat, if I remember correctly. So I'm having a
Yes.
crack at it.
But boo, Mrs. Internet.
Yes, Mrs. Internet died, which is very rude. Frankly, I
Aw.
would demand a refund.
Yeah, get compensation.
You use it for work and they have an unreliable service. You can get compensation.
Mm-hmm.
Also, 4 legs and 2 wings. Technically an insect.
What?
Chicken.
What did you say?
The chicken cat has 4 legs and 2 wings. It's got 6 limbs. Insect.
And a tail.
Neat.
I mean, the defining feature of arthropods is exoskeletons, so
I can add one of those if you want.
not really.
Kira's hitting me with the newspaper. That's fair.
Is this
Nice.
no to the chicken cat being an insect or no to the chicken cat getting an exoskeleton?
Give it armor.
I think it's no to the chicken cat.
Yeah, that makes
Well,
sense.
give that no to Dark. He's the one who made the chicken cat a
Can't
thing.
remember what the other one was. I think it was part eel.
Like an
Eel?
fish eel?
Fish eel.
Yeah,
That's
like
just
it
an
was an
eel.
eel and something else.
No, like, and no, it was something else.
And nice rooster slash cattail crest.
Yeah, I tried to make it
Was-
fit. Thank you.
I remember it being like he's specifically like deep sea, like horrible fish kind of thing.
I mean,
But
you could also
also
just
eel?
make it part chicken as well. if you
Maybe
don't
it's
remember.
also part chicken.
There you go.
It
done.
had legs, so
That's
Oh, now you
amazing.
say.
yeah,
No.
add some legs.
Yeah, just glue some legs onto the bottom. It's fine. It's a
Mm.
monstrosity from the floating city. It doesn't have to make sense.
I wanna pet it. What the fuck? Where did that come
I
from?
love that that's your default person for legs. Perfect. 10 out of 10. No notes.
That's somehow worse. That's somehow worse than if you had just given it a bunch of little chicken legs.
Is that clip art?
Oh yes,
Yeah.
if you look on the left by the shapes, there's like a little squiggly star shape, like a blob. That is stencils. And boy howdy, there are some weird ones.
Yeah, there's some ones where it's like, oh, that's sort of expected. Like, we have
You
Like
know, your standard
stars.
shapes.
So we've got like stars, and we've got like arrows. And then we have other
That.
wonderful options like highway
Intersection.
intersections.
That's what that is.
The Alone in the Dark main character.
Better legs than I do.
Sand dune. You know, all the things you need in an art program. Oh, I see a meat.
The 2 types of fields.
A thing that's listed as vehicle 2.
The
Moon and dune, the 2 fields.
the 2 fields.
That's some good legs right there.
How dare your internet die? How absolutely awful. So mean.
I like how Miss wrote that out on the canvas instead of using any of the multiple chat features that are available both on stream, in Discord, and
It's
in
about
Magma
sending
itself.
a message.
Because it's more fun that way.
Yeah.
I like it.
The
I like.
internet dies for 5 minutes, and you all pull out the stamps.
Christy hadn't seen them yet.
Fucking,
Yeah, Christy didn't
Criminals.
know.
I saw those
Very cute.
legs. I saw the legs.
Well, I finished growing feral clover. What else was I supposed to do?
Feral clover with legs.
Feral Clover has legs.
No. Like
Feral
you
clover
sure?
can get more legs.
legs.
Don't give him ideas. You might start collecting legs instead of teeth.
I mean, they're the same thing. Chris, stop.
No. I reject this notion.
Whoopsie daisy.
Ah, stamped crimes.
Threw my pen across the room. It's fine.
Oh, no. But yes, your ghost is very cute. Goat ghost.
I
can shrink
Your
it down.
goat
I'm
ghost.
sorry.
I want to hug them and will deal the consequences.
They're the next enemy.
Miss, make
I mean, I
make an
wouldn't
RPG.
put it past Dark.
I want to see your RPG.
Like, you could be joking, but also I wouldn't put it past Dark.
No. I used to be a goat. Glad they can talk now.
No. They were just a
They
kid.
went from being the goat to being the butcher.
Mhm.
Yeah. Rewang.
Rewing. Oh wait. How would you do that in Uwu speak?
Weweng.
I don't know. Type it into chat and hit the uwu button. See what it does.
Wewengui. Luck. Yeah.
Soup coming in hot.
I feel bad pointing things out about somebody who's just come in and said that they're lurking, but I love that name. Soup coming in hot. That's just a great name.
Did I miss anything fun?
Besides the legs.
Yeah.
Besides the leg. Chris, what are you doing?
I'm doing the other one. There was the cat chicken and there was a fish eel thing.
Making it
Drawing.
horrifying. Good.
Baby.
I don't think you miss anything. Just
Could
like
potentially also draw what became eventually the lube beast, if only because that one had multiple different forms it could take. So it could be just about anything.
The what?
Yeah, you missed the lube, didn't you?
It was oil. It was not lube.
So Clover had lube.
No.
And saw tentacles and just, natural reaction.
That's no.
So the grappler beast picked up Inky again, tried to run off. Clover was like, ain't having none of that. Went over, was able to pull some oil out of their bag because Clover just has things in their bag that are helpful sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And dumped a bunch of oil on the beast to help make it all slippery so that Inky could slide out. And then Dark changed the name of the grappler beast in Tabletop Simulator to Lube Beast.
Oh,
Or Lube
did
Beast
he
or something
do
like
that? I missed
Yeah.
that.
Yes, he did. He did. I hovered over it and went, wait a minute.
I feel like that's very rich considering he came up with the idea. And yes, I feel like it's being pinned on me.
Yeah, I'm not pinning it
I
on you.
feel-
That's Chris. You can blame Chris for pinning that on you. But
Well,
yeah, you
yeah,
are
you're
right, seeing as
You're pinning it on me for
Dark
pinning it on
is the
Cheap.
one. Dark is the one who came up with the beast, and Dark is the one who went, right, since this is a new system, let me remind you of a feature you have and can potentially do.
Mhm.
So this is all on Dark, and Dark is also the one who renamed it Lube Beast.
Yeah.
The lube is all on Dark. What?
No, no, no.
Miss is
Anyone
saying
touches
no.
that quote bot, I will smack you.
We did get a few quotes. Not from last night's stream, but from the hangouts before, wasn't it?
Oh, hey, Lewis.
Oh yeah, and Chris
Hi,
has
Louis.
nobody smiley face.
I designed a little guy to sit on top of your big guy.
Yeah. Lewis. Where are they?
Yeah. Consider
Maggie.
this little guy sitting on top of
Yes. They now sit on top of Bannock
you. At all times.
at all times. So you know.
Lewis doesn't seem so enthusiastic about that.
It would make for an excellent thrown weapon.
They probably would.
You know, you're not doing a good job of this go out to the world and like help people type thing.
Honestly, that was my favorite of just Bannock at the end of the fight going, yeah! We did it. We killed them and just being super excited and halfway through being like, oh fuck, I need to responsible adults. Just was really funny to me.
Baby.
Drawn Clover 3 times, now I don't know what to draw.
Have you
Well-
considered fourth clover?
Yeah, I was gonna say the natural progression here.
Hmm. Actually, I've drawn Clover 4 times already and drew a little Clover face next to OP.
True, yes.
What if fourth clover? There is a fourth clover. There's also a fifth clover. It's just that one's one misdrew.
Yeah.
I love that he has a tail. It them they he she tail.
Tail.
Roll the dice. I'm gonna make Jiva the pronoun dice. That's gonna be Clover's.
Yeah. I didn't mean to add a tail, but the post just called for a tail.
Whatever's there for the bit.
Yeah, I mean, we've already established the size is whatever is funniest, and the anatomy, I guess, is also whatever is funniest.
Yeah.
What other enemy?
I've never drawn Clover from behind.
Like,
Yeah,
what is
you
necessary
cannot
for the
prove he
bit?
doesn't have a tail.
Exactly. But every time I
She
attempted
could
to
have
look,
3 tails for all you know.
every time I attempted to look behind, they looked exactly the same from behind. So now some might say
Turn
that's a
Clover
quirk
around
of
and Clover is facing you again.
exactly. Terrifying.
That's just what it's like having a conversation with Clover. It's just always there.
Shut
It's
the
like
door, walk
those-
away,
That
turn
that
around, and he's there.
that painting technique where the eye is always looking at you regardless of where you are in relation to the painting, except it's Clover.
Mhm.
And it works on multiple people simultaneously.
Yeah, exactly.
No one quite knows how. But, Faye.
Chris, that's horrifying.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's a baby.
I love that the horrid eel fish monster looked like that, and the cat chicken is just
It's a cat
so
chicken.
much less threatening by comparison.
This is a horrifying, death-defying. It's cat chicken, and also Jeff, the sea monster.
And they're at the circus, and Opie is leading them around with his whip.
Not particularly successfully. New prompt: Opie is ringleader, but tattered clothing.
Also, it's okay to punch monsters and punch monsters with other monsters. If you say so. It just means monsters can punch people with you.
That is literally what happened.
Oh,
Big Beast picked up
I absorbed it.
anemone. Was it anemone? I think it was anemone.
Yeah.
And tried to hit goat
Doo-doo-doo-doo.
with it.
No,
And
no, that was later. The first, the trying to hit goat, I think. Wait, no, sorry, I'm getting confused. That is an enemy that they tried. I'd use
Yeah.
with. I'm now thinking Inky. It grappled two of our things. It successfully grappled two of our people. An enemy tried to hit goat with an enemy. Goat just sort of was entirely unbothered by this situation and did not get hit at all. And then grappled Inky, tried to run off, and Inky slipped out in the aforementioned lube beast situation.
But immediately after the anemone grappling, Lewis's character ran in and tried to do exactly the same thing. So, not exact, not anemone on goat, but an enemy on another enemy. Not an enemy, an enemy.
Anemone.
Yeah. Not an enemy, an enemy.
Yeah, and then Luska ripped apart a monster that had been attacking them. What's your point?
Chibi, how zoomed in are you?
Like,
Huh?
Luska has taken
How
no...
zoomed in are you?
Very zoomed
Luska has
in,
never
why?
taken the Hippocratic oath.
zoom out
This
just
has
a
never
little
been
bit?
a do no harm. This is a take no shit.
Because I was really zoomed in as well, and I zoomed out and went, "Heh."
Is
Two
this
flavors. Two flavors.
is this manic cat Clover?
I'm trying, yeah.
I just like that I zoomed out and was like, oh, a different flavor of cat.
Meanwhile, up here,
Clover is never
Christy's
going
painting
to...
again.
I think it would be funny if Clover never, cross classes into Druid at all, but still every so often will inexplicably just be a feral animal
Yeah.
just for nonsense reasons. Does it do anything? No. Is it helpful? Probably the opposite of.
Mm-hmm.
Christy, the colours and lighting on this really selling that kind of shimmering magical metal.
Oh yeah, that looks amazing.
It's real
That's
good.
stunning.
I would like to do that, yeah.
This is what I like about stuff like this. It's like, okay, cool. There's this idea of the clank who are just like, assembled beings in some sense, and here are a few prompts and so on and so forth, and then two people go, right, that's my character, and we make Opie and Anemone, and they have nothing in common visually, which it's
Yeah, that's
yeah, love it.
Like a
Yeah, well, I mean, you also sort of leaned
Poster
onto
and
different ideas with it because
laptop.
Opti has just always been a robot. So, like,
Yeah,
whatever he looks like is just sort of whatever he looks like. But I imagine from a narrative sense, with an enemy's new body, that was probably made more humanoid facial-wise on purpose. Because I have a feeling it's like, right, if we're going to put a human soul in this, we might as well make this look like something that isn't going to just immediately make them freak out.
not in such a kind thought,
yeah.
like not for anemone's sake, but for the wizard's sake.
Yeah, it'll be a hassle if they do,
Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, mad science and whatnot. I'm figuring this is less of a we're doing it so that she feels better, and we're like doing it so that this doesn't just shut down immediately.
Yeah.
This is an expensive operation.
And also because like pretty things with pretty intricate details and stuff that looks opulent.
Gotta show off.
Yeah. Oh god. That monster is something.
Yeah, Chris has made some decisions.
Channel in a bit of cheap over there.
I was gonna say, yeah, I will be your cheap this evening.
Hello, I
How
will
dare
be
you.
I will be your opium waiter this evening. I just saw when you're drawing now, Chip.
It's feral cat Clover.
It got wet.
Yeah, what does clover look like when they're wet?
Okay. I guess I have to do that now. Let me think.
You having fun down there, Chris?
Suppose.
Do you want me to move my goblin out of the way?
No, they're good.
What are those? Anglerfish, right?
E. I think a deep sea fish was mentioned, so I went anglerfish. Seems.
She's beautiful.
Never pet an anglerfish.
Pat.
A lot of deep sea fish just sort of look like weird blobs.
Well, they do when you bring them to the surface.
Yeah.
They don't like that.
Yeah, when I found that out, I was just horrified for months.
Yeah. I can't look at a picture of a blobfish anymore.
Nope, it's not
It makes
funny
me-
no more.
Nope. It's very sad.
Yeah. So does it walk or swim?
Both?
Yes.
Yes. Actually floats. I don't know, you'll have to ask Doc.
Like with the shinies, the back part of the body is most disconcerting now.
Skitters around on its 2 legs with the tail whipping back and forth.
Like part of the tail is kind of structural, and then the rest of it just flops.
Looks like it just flops. Looks like
And yes, there were
thing-
at least a couple of critters that got burned because they tried to make a bite at the frog. And then those ones got frozen solid
Eee.
because Luska breathed fire on them, but not breathed fire, breathed ice on them twice.
Oh, I
Right
remember
over
you did
Max's
that.
head.
And then Clover sang the entire soundtrack of Frozen.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Clover. Oh, baby.
No, no.
Oh. Oh, baby.
Aw, Clover took a bath. Unwittingly.
That's what you get when you roll in things.
they're gonna immediately ruin things when they're dry.
I'm thinking this one isn't feral Clover, it's just Clover shaking himself dry.
I'm now imagining.
Now everyone else is wet.
I'm now imagining Clover getting into something that they probably shouldn't have. The dirt's not really a problem, but now they smell a lot. And Luska just sort of picking them up and just shoving them into the wash basin with the rest of everyone's clothes for the day.
Yeah.
Also, like Mrs. continued give cute things knives collection.
These are your enemies.
Enemies.
Dark
Not
Central
bad.
enemies. This is what you're fighting from now on.
Yeah, I'm still
And by
here for an
fighting,
RPG.
you mean probably.
Their health bar is like
Yep.
this.
Well then.
And they will be picked up by the scruff of their neck and put into the bath.
You don't know how big they are. You might be like this.
Oh, big friend.
That's very big. I don't think at that point the knife does anything.
Yeah, at that point, the knife's just for show.
The knife is for reflecting the sun to burn you. That's all it's for. Rawr.
Rawr. Sorry, Christy. Sorry, Christy. Sorry, Christy. Leaving dots all over your drawing.
Oh.
Maybe I should draw it. Maybe I should like transform the ghost.
Could potentially also move a few things around or shrink stuff.
What was that thing? Thing on Tumblr. Of like Gen Z owe a lot to millennials. We roared so that you can uwu.
Yeah.
Why am I just realizing that Clover's 2 antennae are different?
Yeah, one's a bit scruffy. By scruffy, I mean disheveled.
Yeah, don't worry too much about what happened to that one.
It'll never come up again. Foreshadowing.
No.
I like to think that they got it stuck in like a mail slot or something.
Oh yeah, probably.
Something dumb like that. Closed on their antennas. They were trying to come out.
Every time it's brought up,
That's-
Clover becomes uncharacteristically like, oh, let's change the subject. We won't talk about that. And everyone's like, oh, what must have happened to make Clover act like this? And it is just something really stupid.
It definitely is something realistic. You're silly.
Good news, I found a cable that works, except it's 5 centimeters long.
Oh.
Oh no.
So I can't really use it
Well,
unless I'm drawing on a tablet dangling from my tower.
Yeah.
this is why I own like 3 different USB to USB extenders.
Yeah.
I would send one your way, but that is sort of far for it to go, and it's not going to get there in time for stream.
Yeah.
Don't know if you don't try. Splash, splash, splash.
Shaky, shaky. Now this is a story in 3 panels.
I mean, maybe 4. You know, like.
Yes. Ends with like little Chibi one did. Ta-da! And everyone looks at Clover very unimpressed because everyone else got wet. But how can you be mad at that face?
It's
Them
so
baby.
cute. I
Them
love it.
baby. Oh, now Miss is doing horror.
Yeah, I saw.
Yep.
What's the horror?
That our new bestie in the RPG.
This is the wizard.
Oh, it's the ghosty.
Would still hug.
The
Deep sea
ghost of
ghost.
the goat.
They just need a
Uh,
Snickers.
Yeah.
I
that's
just need a
the point.
Snickers, yeah.
If you can't handle me at my bah, you don't deserve me at my bah.
Exactly.
Miss has a theme tonight, and it's nice.
Knives to see.
Nice out.
Oh, I should watch Knives Out. I should watch Glass Onion again.
Yeah.
I should also
For
watch
some
them.
reason, Knives Out isn't available on Danish Netflix, but Glass Onion is.
Residuals.
So my parents were very confused when they watched the second one.
Hmm.
That's fun. Just had a look at my Discord ping, which is not doing so great. But when I hovered over it, it went, "Hey, your ping's not doing so great," and then the alert that it's not doing so great pinged across my screen to the other side. Like, what? Discord, that's not even in your window anymore. How are you doing that?
Yeah.
Discord is having a time.
It's Discord, of course.
Yeah.
That scared me.
Should have zoomed in on the face when I did that.
I mean, if you want to zoom in on the face, we could do it again.
No, because I've just realised that. In order to do that, I have to put my cursor over it, and that will get in the way of drawing. It's fine.
Well, I've drawn a lot of clovers.
You've drawn the 4 leaves of
Yes.
clover. Even though you drew 6 clover. Don't worry about it.
And goat.
Okay.
And go!
Hello, clover.
Yeah. A little clover for clover.
Mm-hmm.
Has anyone ever actually found a 4-leaf clover?
Yeah.
Nope.
No. But then
And
again,
nice.
I haven't tried anytime recent.
Oh yeah, I haven't tried for like 20 years, but well, I have a job for tomorrow.
And- A knife.
No.
Is the knife for clover or pointing at clover?
Yes.
Ah, I see.
Now I'm just imagining someone trying to threaten Clover by pointing a knife at them, and Clover's just like, "Oh, thank you," and then just takes it.
Yeah, I think
Gift.
that's what would happen.
Mine.
Also, just like, you know, like standard robbery of give me all your money, points a knife at Clover, and just like, ah, yes, this is the exchange that I've heard so much about. I am buying something now.
I am now buying this knife. Here's your money, and now I will take this knife.
We hand over a thimble full of fluff.
Exactly.
I mean, arguably, Clover already has many sharp objects on account of, bows and arrows.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
but what if you could fashion a knife into arrow?
Is that Clover?
Listen.
Faye, listen.
Don't know
Size
what it looks
now?
like.
What,
You said it can be
what
any
is an
size.
arrow
Yeah.
but an airborne knife?
Clover could be a good Navi, I think.
No.
Why not?
They'd just be chaos.
Exactly.
And
Like, hey, listen. You'd be like, what? And they would just float there and stare at them. And you go to walk away and they're like, hey, listen. What do you want?
The Legend of
Not
Zelda, but
Clover.
Navi has a knife.
Yeah.
Well,
Navi just goes
Kira's
up to
on board.
Skull Kid and shanks them in the back.
Yeah.
Just flies away. with the mask.
Yeah.
Also this. Thank you. Bye.
Clover Clover shouldn't get access to all the masks in Majora's Mask. That'd be trouble.
Happy
Nah, I'm
mask
sure it's
salesman's
fine.
like, you have met with a terrible and just get shanked as well.
Give me your mask.
Turns around slowly grinning at turns slowly grinning to Link. Link just runs.
Majora's Mask, but the countdown of the days is actually a countdown to the time Clover gets you.
Yeah. It's actually a horror game. I want this desperately, yes.
As the rest of us sit here and go, oh no.
I like Chibi's cursor just hovering over OP's face.
Could you, like, if you position it right, could you, like, sort of censor someone? Guess you have to be the right kind of zoomed out.
I don't know how you guys get it to just hover.
Well, I'm on PC, so when I'm
Oh,
just
well, that's
resting,
that.
it's there.
Fair.
But I think generally just like hovering.
Censor names.
Now we're just
I like that they've become a projectile. That makes me very happy. They make a little squeaku noise when they hit.
Inexplicably, they just go.
Stop doodling on other people's drawings.
No. Doodle
That's
on other
rude.
people's drawings.
That's what
No.
this is for. We doodle together.
Have fun.
we're all on separate layers. It doesn't much matter. If someone wanted to
Exactly.
copy the thing without your additions, they can just copy their layer.
They can also, I think, hide it in their own view. So if they're like, this is getting in my way, I will hide your layer.
How dare!
Yeah, have fun. Build whatever you want.
Do it. Do whatever. Not that.
No, that's great. I love it. I love the vibrating.
Need that.
It's just how I see them, just slow, just like always blurry around the edges.
Yeah.
Because they're just
Motion blur.
vibrating so hard. Yeah. There's no clear image of feral cat Clover.
No.
They're all slightly out of focus because they just vibrate. I like what you did with their ear.
E.
Yeah.
I have zoned out.
That's okay.
Well, you did draw a full, like, automaton
Yes.
plus painting.
Yeah.
I haven't really drawn for the last hour much.
I didn't draw for the first
Sometimes
hour
that
much.
happens.
I drew a cat face and Max with stars and a heart over their head.
The best
Yeah.
frog.
Chris
Yeah.
doesn't pay you to draw, so you don't have to. You can just
Nope.
chill.
Wait, I'm not supposed to pay you? What have I
I
been
mean,
doing
you
this whole
haven't
time?
paid
It's the
me.
daisy.
You haven't paid me. I have not seen any paychecks.
I've been paying you in exposure. There are like 15 people in this chat, and 2 of them aren't bots. So,
Well, it's not much exposure considering they all know me already.
Sorry. It doesn't count if you know me.
you cannot be exposed to people you know. Hi, Max has flour. Max has cute
Also,
flower.
you said you would bring out a good quality video to everyone else.
I literally, as I posted the Christmas morning comic to Tumblr, I was like, crap, I was going to post the video. I was like, but I'm not posting 2 things in one day. I'll wait till tomorrow. I have it written down now. So...
I thought of it yesterday evening because I was watching your video as I ate dinner.
No.
I would not specifically Googology. I was watching your Clue videos, honk videos.
Honk.
Your honk fizzy. I was watching your honk videos.
I have so many other games, little board game ideas that I want to make characters for. I will.
Maybe
It's
you'll
time.
end up on the forum for.
You gotta find time.
Yeah, I know.
Speaking of time, is that time on the stream?
Might be. I'm not drawing another clover, so.
I mean, you could draw someone else. We do have another fairy child in the group. You could draw a mushroom fairy.
Yeah. Like I say, I'm perfectly happy to keep chatting, but
I love that Plamps went for that Hollow Knight mushroom.
yeah.
So fun.
I'm glad somebody took the Hollow Knight mushroom.
It's like, or you could draw Max. I do find it very funny that Max is pretty much just a frog in a cloak.
Yeah. It's cute. Max
Yeah.
is a cutie.
This is cute. I wonder if I can add. Okay, if you can add GIFs to like HTML in such a way that they play as soon as you add it, so that I could add Max transforming to the locked command. I will allow he's a
What if
bitch.
you just add a command, Max?
Yeah,
And
just
then
Max.
just place.
10,000 channel points, max. That's all it says.
I mean, considering I have 600,000,
I added more things you could do with channel points, and no one's used them yet. So.
Let me just.
And we
Oh,
tried
anyone's
we tried to explain it to Lewis last night, and just like massive breakdown in communication that ended up in Lewis not
I
interacting.
don't
with
know
it.
what these means.
666k. I have infinitely many.
I don't know what pun me means, but.
Give me a prompt and I'll try and make a
Oh.
pun.
Ah, fuck, now I have to
Oh.
tell me what a prompt. That's work.
I've got to make a pun. It says in the description of it, no
pushing the button
refunds.
if I have to think.
That's why it's the more expensive one. Expensive.
Expensive.
Look at the sparkly cloak.
Aw, so cute.
I don't know what Max's cloak looks like. I can't
Like
remember.
that.
Sparkle.
No, the one
Arm-
picture is just a cloak, but there's nothing saying that Max can't get a fancy cloak.
Yeah. Just throw some fairy dust on there.
Yeah.
Maybe this is like Max is like fancy. Oh Jesus! Someone gave Max a knife.
I mean, look, this takes place in the Via world, and we have Kajiro in the Via world, who has all the knives in the blanket.
Oh, yeah.
Let them have a knife.
They're having a knife.
Yeah,
Don't
they
know
have-
who gave them a knife. Definitely not Flo. Don't ask her.
What weapons does Max have? I don't remember.
It's her magic. Magic knife. Isn't that 16 symbols? Both.
I mean, Luska that has magic gauntlets, so it's not unheard of.
Neat. It might have been 16 symbols. I remember.
I think it was 16 symbols, but Kajiro can exist in Via too. That's fine.
I mean,
Jiro
considering
is
how
the Greg
contained
of our universe.
Via is geographically, and
Yeah.
16 symbols is geographically, they could be on the same world and just not know it.
Yeah. Kajiro would know.
And also, Via's, quite centralized around the idea of merchants and the mimbles and all that sort of stuff, so they
Yeah.
fit thematically.
Kajiro fits right in.
Yeah.
Right, Kajiro is now a Mimble. They're a Mimble who, for whatever reason, only sells knives.
I mean, you're not asking the Mimbles why they do anything. For the same reason you don't ask the wizards why they do anything.
Hey, sorry.
Because you will get an
Dublin needed
answer,
a
and
long
you will
pee
hate
break.
it.
Mm-hmm.
So, what was that, Chrissy? What did dog do?
Needed a long pee break.
Oh.
Oh.
That's okay.
No, it's
And
not
now I
okay.
need a long sleep break.
That is okay.
It's night times.
It's night times. We got a bonus sparkly. Got a bonus max out of it.
Yeah.
Yee.
Very
Thank-
cute.
Thanks for coming and doodling. Hope it was all a lovely time.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank
Yes.
you, Miss, for drawing all of the enemies in our game.
Mm-hmm.
No worries. Max isn't one of them.
No.
Probably.
Right?
Not yet.
The knife
The
is
water.
for their knife is for magic.
It's for magic.
Yeah, it's for magic.
magic.
it's
That's what
different.
That's what they said.
It's for chopping up plants and
Yet.
doing druid things.
It's for gardening.
Or it's flour.
Yeah.
It's one half of a set of gardening shears. They're just still trying to get the other half connected. It fell off.
Into someone's back.
Because it's the one's back.
It's temporarily misplaced. It's fine.
Give one to Max and one to Clover, and that can be their teamwork move, is bringing the
It's-
knives together
it's-
into a
it-
giant pair of
friendship
scissors.
necklace.
It's like,
Like a friendship necklace.
yeah, yeah. Exactly. You can join them together to make a full set of shears. So that's how you know.
Yeah, and they wear them like little friendship necklaces.
Only on their belt and their knives.
Yeah.
Exactly.
What's that, Clover? Friendship necklace?
Why? Do you want one too? I can make one for you.
Here, hold this.
Can all of our characters just have a decorative knife? Because like Opie's got one in his chest. So
Oh, I'm picturing Max and Clover giving one to Lewis's character, but it just being tiny.
Balancing on his finger, just like.
well,
Yeah,
no,
Yeah.
anything that's like appropriately nice knife sized for Clover, if you handed it over to Luska or Adnik, it's just kind of like, so this is a toothpick, right?
well, that is why the little thing living on Bannock's head gets a knife. That's where it came from.
I
Little
see.
friend. See, it all
That
comes
makes
around.
sense.
Time for bed.
Time for bed.
Time for bed.
It's Leb. Thanks for
By
being.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say you're legally obligated to go to bed now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Must.
You watched this stream. It's in the contract that you signed
Mhm.
when you logged on.
Yeah.
Stream ends, go to bed.
Go
Indeed.
bed.
The stream
Drink
will.
water, do stretch, go bed.
Yes. Thank you. Oh, my posture's awful. Thank you.
Unshrimp.
It's been so bad recently. I
check.
really need to do something about it. I'm not meeting up with friends and then, being a perfect model of a right angle.
Well, you do need to be able to speak to me at my height.
No.
I mean,
Bend at the knees.
unironically, things like bodices and corsets do help with posture.
Get a corset. Got it. Hey, Cheap, can you get hold of Jupiter for me?
I don't know.
Oh. Cheap is posting cute things. Sorry, yes. Yeah, stream will be back Tuesday morning with making some parsnips for the evening stream. I think I'm gonna go with we're gonna have a chill playthrough of Machinarium, of which I haven't played for a very long time. And then maybe after that, a chill playthrough of a game that might involve Cthulhu. Don't know.
I mean,
your ukuleles out.
if you need something that's just chill, silly for filler stuff, there is that one silly dog game
Yes, Kira
that I looped in.
did mention that. The
God,
Ronco,
what was it
Wonko,
called?
whatever it's called.
Daronco Wonko.
Yeah. Pooch Borks, good night. Bork back. But yes, there are chill times will happen before we launch into the chaos that is Phoenix Wright, presumably. And yeah. But until then.
Chaos? No. No.
No
Super
chaos
serious
at all.
courtroom drama. Real serious, real nitty gritty,
Mm-hmm.
super serious. Mhm.
We'll see. But yeah, have a lovely one, everybody. Go sleep, contractually obliged sleep, and I'll see you around. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.